On our way to Trepassey at the south end of the Avalon Peninsula, we visited the 400-year-old archaeological Avalon Colony digs at Fairyland. That contrasted starkly with the modern wind farm near Port Kerwin. The fishery was not active here, as evidenced by the boats in dry dock. After visiting the Powell's Head Lighthouse at Trepassey, we went to the Northwest B&B operated by Marie and Harold Pennell, a most delightful and hospitable couple. The road from Portugal Cove south to the Cape Race Lighthouse provided great entertainment. There were flocks of kittiwakes in the rookery. We were lucky enough to see more whales cruising below. The Cape Race Lighthouse is adjacent to the Marconi station that received the transmission from the Titanic about hitting an iceberg. On the hike to the nearby Mistaken Point fossil beds, our guide Julie talked to us about bakeapple berries, other Newfoundland berries, and the habits of the migrating loons. The fossil beds, discovered by some students from Memorial University doing a geological survey, are remains of soft-bodied organisms preserved in a thin layer of volcanic ash. The fossils are about 565 million years old and are the oldest animal remains known to science, so the deposit is being considered as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In order to preserve the fossils, they can only be visited by a guided tour, and soft felt booties must be worn to walk on the fossil beds to avoid damaging them. The fossils exhibit a variety of unique shapes, such as these spindles. They often appear in clusters in the volcanic ash, and they come in multiple sizes. As noted by the loonie in one picture, some of the spindles are quite long. Other fossils are fairly oval and round. On the way to Cape St. Mary's Ecological Reserve, we stopped at the Hilltop B&B and enjoyed a picnic lunch overlooking the little town of Branch. Operated by a young couple, the B&B is a beautiful house and obviously in a great location. It is ably guarded by this little fellow. Cape St. Mary's Ecological Reserve is awesome. A 20-minute walk across the cliff leads out to the sea stacks that are the nesting grounds of thousands and thousands of gannets. The combination of shelter, food, and safety from predators makes this an ideal site, albeit quite smelly for bird watchers. This communal living appears to get quite crowded, but the birds do not seem to mind. The chicks look so soft and downy and vulnerable, one wonders how they can survive the harsh weather that must come often to that exposed rock. On the way back, we saw blue flag iris, one of the most beautiful wildflowers in Newfoundland. And again, at Cape St. Mary's, there was another light station to add to our list. Near Trepassey, the Northwest River is a favorite salmon fishing river for the locals. However, the young couple who own the quad parked on the bridge were not having much luck that day. The Cape Pine Lighthouse is between Trepassey and St. Shots. It was fabricated in England, then shipped here and erected in 1851. Starting from St. Shots, we walked across the meadows and along the magnificent cliffs. There were many rugged coastal scenes, which again testify to the need for lighthouses and foghorns around the rock. Cormorants posed on the rocks below us. A few stream crossings added to the adventure, but we avoided wet feet. This area is at the edge of the Newfoundland Barrens, which are home to some of the few remaining caribou herds. These ones apparently were out for a Sunday stroll along the side of the highway. They were in no hurry as there was plentiful lush grass to eat and cool water to drink. We also saw some caribou later on Fogo Island. Near Trepassey, a fire that day was fueled by the burning carcasses of discarded vehicles in the town dump. The cobble beaches in this area are a rock collector's dream. We have problem bears. Newfoundland has problem gulls.